What's up, guys? So, as you can probably tell from the title, this is going to be my New Year's Eve / New Year's Day video for the channel. What I've basically done is I've put together kind of like a top 10 moments of the year that have stuck in my mind, and I'm just going to say a few things about kind of like how my year's been. I've not exactly made it a secret that I've had a pretty tough year. It's been a pretty tough couple of years actually, between my aunt and my nan passing away, 6 months between each other. Obviously my nan was at the beginning of 2015, in I think January. My relationship's not gone how I wanted it to, and some pretty bad stuff happened, which has, you know, resulted in me having to move from my home into a flat, which I now love, by the way. And you know, like I say, I've not exactly made it a secret that I've had a really tough year. The channel suffered, I'll readily admit that. The channel suffered, my work suffered. I personally have been basically torn down to, you know, skin and bones and had to be rebuilt back up again. It's been tough, it has, and I will readily admit that I've had a really tough year. But you know, I just, you know, the thing is I want to make really clear in this video and every single video that I do after this, and something that I should have been doing, you know, in every video I'd done previously. It gets better. You know, I have been through some stuff that, you know, I'm not going to just readily talk about on the internet, but it's, you know, at the end of the day, I'm still here, and that is a lot, pretty much all actually, down to the people that I've managed to surround myself with, my friends and my family, my colleagues at work, everyone that helps me out on the channel, everyone that has had any kind of impact on my life that I still have around me. I'm still here and still happy because of them people, and you know, that means a hell of a lot to me. And you know, because of that, I'm in a place now where I can say I'm happy, and out of every bad situation that has come to me in the last year, 2 years, whatever it's been, something good has come out of it. You know, as much as I'd still wish my nan was around, her not being here has helped me be able to move out from my parents' house, and originally move in with my boyfriend, but that didn't work. But even get my own place afterwards. And I really do mean, as much as I would rather have my nan, that's something that has come out of it, that has benefited me. Out of my relationship has come my 3 cats that I absolutely adore. They're my little babies, and I wouldn't be without them now. They are the 3 most important things to me on this earth, and I, you know, as much as a lot of bad things happened in the relationship I was in, I've still got that to hold on to. And it's not like it's a bad reminder or anything of the sort, it's just I want to put the message out there that every single bad thing that ever happens to someone, if you just focus on the bad, it doesn't get better, but something good, even if it's just the tiniest little thing that is good, but something good will always come out of it. And I've found that a lot this year, and it's helped me. You know, it took a lot of people to make me realise it, but it helped me kind of get through everything that I went through. And you know, it does get better. Like I say, I'm now in a position where I'm happier than I've ever been. I've got my own space, I've still got my cats with me, you know, my work is going well, I've finished university, I've got some amazing friends and family around me, and you know, it's down to them that I am in the place I am now. And you know, I know that anything I ever do now will not be able to even touch the surface on how much I owe them, but you know, it's good to know that it does get better. And you know, speaking from experience in, you know, the things that have happened to me this year, it can help a lot of people to know that it does. So I just want to say that if anyone is going through anything, you know, it does get better, and there's always, even though the the good thing might be the tiniest little good thing, and you might not even see it at first. There's always a good thing that comes out of any bad situation, and believe me, it took me a long time to realise that. It did. But, you know, it happens. You know, life isn't just swings and fairground rides or happy sunshine days every day. You know, shit happens, and a lot of shit that happens shouldn't happen, but it does. It's just how life is. But it does get better, and, you know, I don't know, I just feel like now that there's a new year starting, I'm in a place where I am happy, and I'm really happy to say that I'm happy, actually, because I've said I'm happy in the past, and really I haven't been, but from the bottom of my heart, I can tell you guys that I'm the happiest I've ever been in my life. I've got fantastic friends and fantastic family around me. I've got my cats, which a lot of people have started calling me crazy cat lady now. I'm now that person in the family that just lives on their own with 3 cats, hooray. So yeah, I'm the crazy cat lady of the family. My family and I've actually got a lot closer this last year after everything that happened with my nan passing. So that's been nice, and again, that's another good thing that's come out from something that really horrible that happened. And like I say, it took a long time for me to realise that something good can come out of losing someone that had such a big impact on your life. But because of that, my family have got a lot closer, and it's a tough thing to think about, really, thinking that, you know, something makes you happy because something bad happened, and I didn't want to think that I could be happy about something that happened because my nan passed away or because of the stuff that I'd been through in the year. But when you start thinking about the things that do make you happy and realise that it's because of the bad things that have happened that you are happy, then it helps a little bit. It feels awful at first, and believe me, I'm going to tell you straight up, it feels awful at first, because you feel like you shouldn't be happy that you're happy about the thing that you're happy about, because it's because of something bad's happened, or because you've lost someone that meant the world to you. And it's tough, it is, but if you have your family and friends around you, you can surround yourself with people, or even if it's just like a blog on the internet that you've got people on that you can talk to, anyone that you can open up to will tell you that it does get better. And from personal experience, I can tell you that it does. I mean, I'm not gonna sit here and say I know how everyone feels that's been through any situation. As far as my situation goes, I think every situation is personal. Even as far as losing someone close to you, I think everyone grieves differently, every single person. Even between me and my family, like, everyone kind of took things a different way, and it took people varied amounts of time to kind of come to terms with what had happened. And that's just like between people that I'm related to. So I'm not going to sit here and say I understand how every single person feels. I'm not going to sit here and say I can relate to every single person that has ever been through anything, because I can't. I wouldn't expect someone to be able to relate to what I've been through. I wouldn't expect someone that had lost a grandparent to sit there and be like, I know what you've been through, because for me personally, I feel like everyone has a personal way of dealing with things, and every single bad situation everyone's ever been in is personal to them. It's never the same. You never ever feel the same as another person that has even been through the exact same thing as you. But what I can say is that it does get better if you let people help you, and if you don't, then, well, it just won't. Straight up, you know, if you hide away and try and ignore it, it just gets worse. But if you let people help you and let the people that are still there for you into your lives, they help you, and it does get better. And I didn't want this to be, I'll be honest, I didn't want this to be a mopey kind of emotional video, because, you know, it's like New Year's Eve and it's like happy, excited times. But I just wanted to put a message out there, and, you know, that's why I've done this at the beginning, and I've got a really cool video that I've put together, like I say, of my top 10 moments of the year, coming up after this little talk bit. But I did just want to, you know, put the message out there that, you know, it's been a tough year for me. I've not had anywhere as near as much of a tough year as some people. You know, I wouldn't even dare to compare what I've been through to some of the other people out there in the world. You know, awful stuff happens, and as far as what I've been through, for some people it's just a kick in the dirt. Do you know what I mean? For some people, what I've been through is, you know, like day to day, and that's awful. It really is. It breaks my heart to think that what I've been through is someone's kind of like day to day life. And I know it took me a long time to get over what I'd been through. So God knows, you know, how everyone else must be feeling out there that is kind of that goes through it, you know, as a kind of life. But it just, you know, if you let people help you, and I know not everyone's in a position where they can let people help them, but if you are, then just let the people into your lives that want to help you, because they do, and it might not feel like they are, you know, straight away, but they really will help to kind of get you back on the straight and narrow and kind of start to rebuild yourself. Because at the end of the day, they're not trying to put the pieces back together for you, they are trying to make you put the pieces back together for yourself. And if you don't want to, then it won't happen, but if you want to, then it will, and it can. And you know, it's important to know that there's always, you know, like the internet is such a vast thing, you know. If there's no one personally you feel you can talk to, there's always someone on the internet that you might be able to relate to, and that's why YouTube is such a powerful thing, because it gives people a reason to start forming a community, and people with the same interests will kind of form and contact each other and stuff like that. And it's a very powerful thing to be able to like sit here and do a YouTube video knowing people are going to watch it, and you know, knowing that there's a select few people that have the same interests as me, and that I can interact with them. It's a very powerful thing, and honestly it's quite scary sometimes, because you feel like you have, like, I mean, I only have a very small audience, but I still feel like the messages I put out there to people, like, I'm responsible for their messages. I'm the one putting them out there. You know, I need to make sure that what I'm putting out there is what I really feel. And that's what everything I've said is exactly the message I want to put onto my channel, that it does get better. And it doesn't happen overnight, it doesn't happen over a month or 2 months, it takes a lot of time. But, you know, you just need to believe that it can, and it will, and you need to let people help you believe that it can, and they will help you to rebuild yourself, as, you know, like I say, my friends and family have done for me. So, that being said, like I say, I prepared a pretty cool video for you guys. It's a top 10. It'll involve the movies that I've seen this year that have been my favourite games this year, some footage of my cats that you guys wouldn't have seen yet, from their like baby kitten stages up to how they are now. You get a sneak preview of my new flat, which isn't completely finished how I want it yet, but once it is, I'm actually going to be doing a new home tour. But there's like a speeded like preview of what it's like, the layout of it and stuff like that. So that's in there, and stuff with my graduation and the channel and stuff like that. So there's a whole bunch of stuff in there. So yeah, they're basically my highlights for the year. So like I say, even though I've had probably the worst year I've ever had in my life, a lot of good has still come out of it, and a lot of the good that has come out of it has come from the bad things that have happened. So yeah, it's nice to be able to say that I'm happy. It's nice to be able to say that I'm actually back on track with how I want things. I'm glad to be able to sit here and say that the channel is not going to suffer again. As far as work goes, I need to make that my #1 priority, because, you know, I need the money to live. But, you know, second in command is YouTube, and it always will be for me. You know, regardless of how many viewers I get, I'm not going to stop doing what I'm doing, because I love it so much. So, with that being said, I hope you enjoy the video that is coming up for you next. I hope you've had a magical Christmas, and have a really, really happy New Year's Eve, and aren't too hungover in the morning, because I'm sure I will be. So yeah, it's the last time I'm going to speak to you in 2015, guys. I hope you have an incredible night, and until the next time you hear from me in 2016, stay classy, gamers.